Hello, this is Devin Easterland, and this is another edition of Landlord's Corner. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about whether a property owner should do management on their own. Should they self-manage their property? Whenever I'm asked this, I always ask a few questions. The first being, are they going to be around? Are they going to be in the general area of the property, in a neighboring city or in the same city? If they aren't, if they're moving out of state, I always say hire a professional management company. It's too hard to do it out of state, and I've seen too many issues with that. It could end up costing that owner a lot of money. However, if they are going to be in the area, then I get into how active are they going to be in the management of that property. It's really going to be a part-time job, and some owners really want to be active in the process. They're active investors, and for them it may work well. In order to be effective at it and to really limit your risk, there's a few things that I recommend. And one is you have to be apprised of all the laws. All the current laws that are on the book on a federal level, on a state level, and also on a city level, especially in Seattle. Those are changing really on a monthly basis. So you need to keep up with that because you don't want to run afoul of any of those laws. Second would be you need to get really organized. So that would be organized in your accounting practices, making sure you're keeping all your expenses, so that when you do your year-end statement and you file your taxes, you can take advantage of all the deductions and depreciation that the IRS allows for rental property. If that's all done very concisely in an organized fashion, you can save a lot of money that way. The next one would be accurately and consistently are you going to enforce the lease terms of your documents? First of all, you have to make sure you have strong leases, you have all the required documents and disclosures, and then you got to make sure that you enforce those lease terms. If you start to not enforce those, or if you get lax in your business relationship that you set up with your tenant, that's when the real issues come in. So you have to be able to be willing and able to enforce those. Another thing that's important is, are you going to inspect the property? You got to make sure you're going through the property at least once a year. I would recommend more often than that for various things. Here at SJA Property Management, we do a full 40-point inspection with pictures and a full detailed report. I would expect that any landlord that has a property can't forget about it, even if the tenant's paying rent on time. You need to go in there and see if there's any lease violations, or more importantly, if there's any preventative maintenance that you can catch before it really escalates. So that's something that you have to be willing to do. You also have to want to be the main point of contact for a tenant. So when something goes wrong with the property, it doesn't matter what time of day it is, doesn't matter if you're on vacation, they're going to be calling you, and they're going to want a response very quickly. So if there's a break-in, if there's a fire, if there's a maintenance issue, the heater goes out, or they need to break their lease, any other issue or concern that they're going to have, they're going to come to you. And you have to be willing to respond quickly and have the right answers for them. Have the vendors already pre-screened, all of that, so you can effectively answer the question or concern that they have. So really when you're thinking about it is, yes, the answer is you can manage property on your own, but you do have to understand that it's really sort of a part-time job to do it effectively and to really minimize your risks. So here at SJA Property Management, we ran some numbers. We're spending about 70 hours per property per year on each, so that's on each individual property. So if you can factor that out and say, okay, what's my time worth? If you say, well, it's really worth it, I have the time to devote to this, to doing it right, then I would say, yes, you absolutely can. If you have any questions on this or any of the other topics that I've talked about on Landlord's Corner, feel free to give me a call and we can discuss that. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.